Snipers are the elite of any type of troop. The sniper business requires a special set of qualities, thorough training, and extraordinary skills. We have all seen movies, TV shows, and games about snipers and the incredible tasks that they successfully perform. But this is virtual reality. What about snipers in real life? Who are they, the best of the best? In this video, Top F made a selection of the top 7 best snipers in history and will tell you about their merits. And before we start, like this video, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to catch all the new releases. Grab your popcorn, we start. 1. Carlos Hatchcock. Like many American teenagers from the hinterland, Carlos Hatchcock dreamed of joining the Army. A 17-year-old boy, in whose cowboy hat a white feather stuck out cinematically, was greeted in the barracks with grins. The very first training ground, taken by Carlos with a swoop, turned the chuckles of his colleagues into reverent silence. The guy was not just a talent. Carlos Hatchcock was born into the world solely for the sake of accurate shooting. 1966, the young fighter met already in Vietnam. On his formal account, there are only 100 dead. Significantly higher numbers appear in the memoirs of Hatchcock's surviving co-workers. This could be attributed to the understandable boasting of the fighters, if not for the huge amount put up by North Vietnam for his head. The amount was $30,000. But the war ended and Hatchcock went home without getting a single round. He died in his bed just a few days before the age of 57. 2. Simo Häyhä. Simo Häyhä was a Finnish military sniper in World War II during the 1939-1940 Winter War against the Soviet Union. This name has become a kind of symbol of war for both participating countries at once. For the Finns, Simo was a real legend, the personification of the god of vengeance himself. In the ranks of the soldiers of the Red Army, the Patriot sniper received the name White Death. For several months of the winter of 1939 to 1940, the shooter destroyed more than 500 enemy soldiers. Simo Häyhä's incredible level of skill is underlined by the weapon he used, an M/28 rifle with an open sight. 3. Lyudmila Pavlyuchenko. 309 enemy soldiers on account of the Russian sniper Lyudmila Pavlyuchenko make her one of the best shooters in the history of world wars. A tomboy since childhood, Lyudmila was torn to the front from the very first days of the invasion by the German invaders. In one of the interviews, the girl admitted that it was difficult to shoot a living person only for the first time. On the first day of combat duty, Pavlyuchenko could not bring herself to pull the trigger. Then the sense of duty overpowered. It also saved the fragile female psyche from an incredible load. 4. Vasily Zaitsev. In 2001, the picture Enemy at the Gates was released worldwide. The protagonist of the film is a real fighter of the Red Army, the legendary sniper Vasily Zaitsev. Until now, it is not known exactly whether the confrontation between Zaitsev and the German shooter reflected in the film took place. Most Western sources are inclined to the version of propaganda launched by the Soviet Union, and the Slavophiles claim the opposite. However, this fight means almost nothing in the overall standings of the legendary shooter. Vasily's documents list 149 successfully hit targets. The real number is closer, rather, to 500 killed. 5. Chris Kyle. 8 years is the best age to take your first shot. Unless, of course, you were born in Texas. Chris Kyle has been aiming for his entire adult life, sports targets, then animals, then people. In 2003, Kyle, who has already been noted in several secret operations of the U.S. Army, receives a new assignment: Iraq. The glory of a merciless and very skilled killer comes a year later. The next business trip earns Kyle the nickname Devil of Ramadi, a respectfully frightened tribute to a self-righteous shooter. Officially, Kyle killed exactly 160 enemies of peace and democracy. In private conversations, the shooter mentioned triple the numbers. In November 2014, the premiere of the film American Sniper, based on the biography of Chris Kyle, took place. The film was directed by Clint Eastwood and starred Bradley Cooper. 6. Rob Furlong. For a long time, Rob Furlong served in the rank of a simple corporal in the Canadian Army. Unlike many other snipers mentioned in this article, Rob did not have a pronounced talent for marksmanship. But the stubbornness of the guy would have been enough for a company of completely mediocre warriors. Through constant training, Furlong developed the abilities of an ambidexter. Soon the corporal was transferred to a Special Forces unit. Operation Anaconda was the high point of Furlong's career. In one of the battles, a sniper fired a successful shot at a distance of 2,430 meters. 7. Thomas Plunkett. Thomas Plunkett was an Irish soldier in the British Army's 95th Rifles Regiment. He served throughout the Peninsular War and later in the Waterloo Campaign of 1815. Just 2 shots led the ordinary British soldier Thomas Plunkett to the category of the best sniper of his time. In 1809, the Battle of Monroe took place. Thomas, like all his colleagues, was armed with a Brown Bess musket. Field exercises were enough for soldiers to hit the enemy at a distance of 50 meters. Unless, of course, the wind was too strong. Thomas Plunkett, taking good aim, knocked down a French general from his horse at a distance of 600 meters. The shot could be explained by incredible luck, magnetic fields, and the intrigues of aliens. Most likely, the shooter's comrades in arms would have done so, recovering from surprise. Here, however, Thomas demonstrated his second virtue, ambition. He calmly reloaded his gun and shot the general's adjutant at the same 600 meters. That's all for today. Mr. Top F was with you. Thanks for watching this video to the end. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Also, write down in the comments what topic of the video you want to see in the next release of Top F. Bye.